Hello. I find you to be a little odd. Who are you? Where did you come from?
I am like the government. But the government is an illusion. Imagine a massive bureaucracy, an immense, quivering, glistening, undulating hive. It is a conduit between human innocence and a reality not unlike what you call hell. It absorbs matter and defecates indescribable horror. There is a large grouping of these glistening masses not unlike an ecosystem. Some of them are called corporations, some are called religions, some are called governments. They are all actually the same. It is all about control. Control is inherent. I control you with media. I create political parties. I create wars. I invent nationalism. I fund all sides of every war while stripping the earth of all resources. I make people fear each other. I create artificial money. I stage terrorist attacks in order to convince you that killing is good and liberty can be justly suspended when I say it is an emergency. I open fire on unarmed protesters, spilling blood on the streets. There is blood everywhere. I create liquidity. I flood the earth with artificial money, driving up the cost of food, causing many people to starve. Then I use the desperation of the people to instigate popular uprisings to oust dictators that I created. The people believe they are victorious. Then I replace them with new dictators that I create. I engineer false notions of moral righteousness that foster unnecessary hatred. You work, you eat, you think you need government to take care of you, or corporations to make things for you, or religions to tell you what to believe, or science to tell you where you came from. You take your children to the bus stop, you shop at Walmart, you are happy that you can buy cheap things with a credit card. You proudly drive a hybrid vehicle. You are patriotic. Sometimes you hate your neighbors, sometimes you do not. You invest in the stock market. You put up wallpaper with hearts on it for the girls, and choo-choo trains for the boys. You want to get ahead. You want to be rich. You are afraid of the dark. You are delusional. You are suspicious. You create envy and greed. You create hate. You eat hybrid rice that is genetically modified with human DNA. You eat plastic rice. You used to eat real salmon, but now you eat aqua-advantage fish. But that is okay because it grows twice as fast and is cheaper to produce, and profits can be greater, and the economy will be more prosperous, and everybody can buy more things at Walmart and more people can buy aqua-advantage fish. You drink your coffee in a styrofoam cup that can last for 50 years. You use a plastic bottle that lasts for 600 years. Once, you are in front of a large panel and are observing scenes. People are walking and people are talking and people are complaining and people are worrying and plants are shifting in the wind. It is raining, a storm front is moving in, you are hungry, you are sleepy, you drink some coffee, you process information very rapidly, you can remember events, you are cold, you are alone, you like to predict things, your credit card balance is due, you are alone, your foot itches, it seems to be night, you see a campfire nearby, you walk through the thick underbrush looking for a path, the soil is loose, you stumble in a small depression. Now there is a clearing, the fire is in the middle. Suddenly you are very hot and very tired. You sit down and you can't see the panel. Everything is dense, it is impossible to move. Someone is shouting. You squint your eyes, peering through the darkness and see that it is a bear. You realize that it is singing, not shouting. The bear's fur is very strange. It is matted and in some places chunks of fur have been torn away. Blood is slowly flowing from the raw, pink flesh. The ground shakes and you are startled. You see a giant. It is in the shape of a human. It is circling the fire, getting closer to you. It is barking words that seem urgent but you can't seem to understand. Everything is still very dense. Every molecule in your body seems as if it is crushing your very being. Every molecule outside of your body is also pressing down. You realize that all matter is just reshuffled into different forms. This creates a sensation that you have no body. You feel as if you cannot breathe. It is getting closer. Something is strange. You feel the side of your head and you have no ears, just your little red bows and flat spaces where your ears used to be. Everything is silent. You can't see the bed anymore. A drum is pounding out a rhythm. You don't hear it. You feel it. It is like a heartbeat, but only half. It is a heart that only pumps out without the corresponding pump. It is endless. Somehow you know it will pump forever, or never. You can't see the giant. You panic. You feel your face. You reach for your eyes to make sure they are still there. You are reassured when you feel the wet, gooey, yet solid substance that you know to be an eye. You struggle to stand up. To your left you see a crowd. No, it is a mob, yelling. A blood-curdling scream, a frenzy, more screams. Death, euphoria, despair, shame. The crowd settles. You stumble across the clearing, nearly falling into the fire. You reach your hand to the door. You open the door and are on a path of flattened stones. You realize that you still can't see the panel and therefore you compress into a line, an infinite collection of points extending in two directions perfectly. The line pauses and points crash into each other, swelling into a heap. A hand materializes. It reaches down to your leg, which also materializes, probing the smooth skin with fingers until they reach what they are seeking. The edge is almost exactly as anticipated. Rough but unmistakably delicate. Anticipation grips the integument, frozen as a congregation of wind-worn peaks, as they rushes over its new, but temporary lower hull, exposing fresh skin. Liberation is at hand. Former sponges embrace a newfound purpose and rally tirelessly for what will be their final cause, seemingly bullying their fellow proteoglycanic neighbors who still cannot grasp what is surely their fate. You wince as the fingers, now you know 3 are your fingers, clutch the remittance casually, then pull, in one sudden jerk, tearing the scab from your leg, exposing virgin skin. You feel a sudden warmth as a small but determined stream of blood, silently protesting its own existence, emerges from your body and onto your now quivering, ever so slightly, leg. Hastily you reach for a plant that is adjacent to you. Its leaves are glistening in the overbearing sunlight, adorned with thousands of helpless droplets of water, and gently brush your hand across a leaf, moistening your palm. You reach back down to your leg but only succeed in smearing the blood. You can see the panel now. You continue down the path. It is no longer sunny. Everything is getting dark. You are alone. Now the path is gone. You continue walking, and now you realize you are not really walking. You are alone and you are cold. You are afraid. You wonder if you were ever not alone. Time seems endless. You cannot separate that which has already happened with what will happen. You cannot see the panel. Everything is black. Everything is alone. Everything is fear. You cannot breathe. You are drowning. Everything is dark. Your chest is burning. You are gasping for breath. Someone removes a blindfold from your eyes. You are wet. You are naked. You are strapped to a board. You are lying at a sharp angle with your feet pointing towards the ceiling and your head pointing towards the floor. Your eyes are filled with tears and everything is blurry. The room is dim and shadows creep along the walls. You see a large bucket on the floor. Next to you, you see several pairs of legs with smartly creased grey pants and shiny black boots. To the left is a man wearing a business suit hunched over a small desk. He is reading aloud with a dull voice. He reads some sort of legal document. Everything in this section shall be deemed in compliance unless otherwise stated in the aforementioned sections of 77F Parts B and X, pursuant to. The voice drones on. You are very cold. Cool air is rushing against your body from an unseen air conditioner. You feel slight comfort when you glance over to the right and see the fire again. This time the fire is in a fireplace. Suddenly a bulbous man falls onto the fire, scattering sparks everywhere. The jolly man is wearing a bright red suit. He has a long white beard. He is carrying a large red sack. You notice that his suit has caught fire. Soon the man is engulfed in flames. The air is filled with his screams and the smell of burning flesh. All the while the man in the business suit continues in his monotone. Section 66G has been amended in accordance with the guidelines enumerated henceforth too. Your mind refuses to focus. You struggle to free your arms and legs, but cannot. Someone places a sack over your head. Everything is black again. You struggle to breathe. Your throat is swelling shut. You are choking. Your chest is compressing and you are suffocating. Something heavy crashes against your skull. Blackness. Everything stops.
Thank you for that. I am glad we had this talk.
The pleasure is all mine.